Good morning, America! Today's Friday the 13th, and you know what that means? We're making spooky beats today, folks. Let's see what we got here. We're not paying any attention to the album art today. We're just picking a random one, and we're gonna make it sound spooky. All right, we're gonna do some spooky beats. All right, pick a hit featuring. Ooh, we got some string shit. Hey, the cha-cha one there. I don't know how spooky we're gonna get this to sound, but you know, it's no matter what, it's gonna be fun. Okay, so I already got some of these samples sorted out in Reason and time stretched to 132 BPM, and I was actually really pleasantly surprised with this record. It was not anything like what I expected. I thought it was going to be like a string orchestra doing pop songs or whatever, but it's like this guitar sort of ensemble. It sounds so sick. So we're going to make some spooky beats out of this shit. Another thing with a lot of these is that a lot of them are in the same key, which makes this so much easier. I also put a whole bunch of them in chunk trigger patches already, so let's check some of these out. And then I also duplicated this patch and put a whole fuck ton of reverb on it. So now we have like this sick like guitar pad thing. Spooky! I think the first thing I'm gonna do is actually record an intro with this really reverby pad sort of thing. Got the signature MISC snare rolls in here. Oof my goof. This is gonna be crazy. I'm gonna make a little build-up type synth. Okay, that sounds awful now, but just wait. Just you wait. It's gonna be a good time. Oh, what the fuck? Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, so Reason actually crashed, so I haven't had time to record the process of finishing this song. But I finished it, and I went way overboard with it by accident. It's actually like a full-length trap song now, so I'm just gonna walk you guys through like everything I did. So where I left off, I was actually working on that like serum riser thing, right? I ended up doing something completely different. I did this, which I'll show you my patch. So it's basically just like an LFO getting faster slowly, but I have a fast LFO on the oscillator going at 1/64. So that's what kind of gives it, and it's modulating the pitch. That's what kind of gives it that like really gritty sound, I guess. And I actually ended up using it as like kind of this neuro bass thing for the over the bass in part of the drop. It like gives it like that nasty like gritty top end, which is like so great. Okay, one of the main things that I did since last time is I found this little vocal sample, actually two different samples. I found this sample, the other one sounds like this. I found those two samples in my sample library somewhere, and I was like, oh wow, these are in the same key. I might as well use them. So, and I kind of just built the whole drop around that 3/4 like polyrhythm as well. Right, it kind of has that like 3/4 groove to it throughout the entire song, especially in the build-up. Like you can hear that like 3/4 delay polyrhythm shit. It's a good time. Anyways, bass. There's another layer under the bass. It's like this breathing sample that I found. I think it was in a quick sample pack. It's right here. That's it. I reversed it. It kind of gives the bass like this kind of sucky feeling. And then in the second drop, I use a different bass. And the track actually took like a totally different direction than I originally thought. Especially in the second drop, I actually did more of like a Jersey club kind of thing. Ooh, yeah. And then I flipped it right back into the original drop. All right, I'm gonna talk about the drums. So the drums is actually super fucking simple. It's basically just kick and snare, and then I just have the snare to fill it out as like a fill. Right. I found this little sample. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, yeah, that's the original sample. It's this thing. So I chopped off the beginning of it so I'd only get like this like scrape sound, and I also pitched it up a bit. And I just used that instead of a hi-hat because I thought it was sick as fuck. Kind of has this like really sinister feel to it. It's just like this scraping sound, and it like totally works with this drop. To transition, I also had this serum growl that I made. Alright, and that kind of is just a transition between like the first second half of the drop. So I'm going to show you kind of how I made that. So I'm basically just using one LFO to modulate a whole bunch of shit. But like, holy crap, it really makes that second half of the drop kick. And this thing right here, that serum riser that I told you about earlier, actually like leads right into like that high passed front end of that growl. Here, I'll just solo those. So totally just blew your mind there. I also used this other sample. This is the only other sample I used from the record, but it's like this little guitar riff thing, and I put some bit crushing and reverb on it. Right, and I used that in the kind of like breakdown slash build up from after the first drop. I wanted it to kind of lead into like that Jersey Club vibe. So with the guitar, instead of having like the original riff like that. So instead of that, I did this one this time. Super Jersey Club. And then I just put the same thing, but like pitch bended. Cheesy as fuck, but hey, it works. I think that's pretty much it. There's not really a whole lot to this. Oh, the end is pretty good. And that I just modulated the delay time on the master delay. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how I made the rest of this song. I'm gonna play at least like the first half of it at the end of this video, and you can go check out the full length song, mastered and everything, on the Vinyl Beats SoundCloud, which the link will be in the description. That's it, folks. This is your boy Ian. It's your boy Ian. Goodbye.
Okay, so I don't want to scream. Oh shit. Fuck it.
I listen to M.I.S.C on SoundCloud.